Welcome back to the UPIKE Gymnasium. As Vernon Watt will bring today's starters. Of course, we'll meet the Wilberforce Bulldogs. This is their first season in Mid-South Conference.
We're kind of two ships passing in tonight here, aren't we? Their first year in and our last.
The first starter will be number 1, Cadell Green Tucker, followed by number 4, Margot Abrams. Number 13 be Raven Willis. Number 24, Kiana Johnson. And the last starter will be number 30, Kilani Pack. Bulldogs coached by Derek Williams and assisted by Lionel Garrett.
You know, Gary, we play a regular Mid-South Conference team that we're used to. We can talk about them without any notes in front of us. Wilberforce is a little different story.
A little different. Out of Ohio, by the way, folks. The first start for the Bears will be number 2, Allie Stone, freshman from Olive Hill, Kentucky, West Carter High School, followed by number 10, the senior from Madeira, Ohio, number 10, Mary Englert. The third starter will be number 21, a 5'9" senior from Wise, Virginia, number 21, Bailey Frazier. The walking double-double, number 22, Morgan Stamper, a junior from Independence, Kentucky. And the fifth starter for the Bears will be number 30, Sierra Feltner, the graduate student from Williamsburg, Kentucky. The Bears are coached by Clifton Williams and Shelby Wheeler, both in their 7th season.
Bailey Frazier has kind of been the key to this team to this point, don't you think, Gary?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Rick.
Well, just because she really has stepped into her role here, embraced it. She works hard, she plays hard the entire time, and she does so many good things for this club.
And really, I mean, she's always been a good outside shooter, but this year she's taken that to the next level, leading the team and made threes and shooting it at a 42% clip.
And she can get to the bucket. She rebounds hard. She does a lot of good things. You know what you're getting, inside out of Morgan Stamper, but she can't be the only person going to the glass. You can't stand back. A lot of times that's Tennessee. You stand back and watch that one person who's a lead at something do that, and nobody else is doing it.
Because the other teams want to try to concentrate to box out Morgan Stamper every single time. So you got to be team rebounding, right?
And why not?
So Feltner will jump for the Bears. Kind of unconventional when you have your point guard jump, but the Wilberforce Bulldogs will control the tip. Is this man-to-man defense here, Rick?
Man-to-man, and it's not unusual. I understand it's unusual why a guard is your person jumping center, but when you are an undersized team, it's a little more understandable.
The Bulldogs are swinging around up top, got 15 on the shot clock.
A lot of switching on this defense.
Stanford gets hands on the basketball, turnover. Bears have the basketball, push it down. Now they're going to control the break, and Allie Stone's going to run the offense here.
They've got 2-3 zones set up here, Gary.
So let's see what they do here offensively. Usually that free throw line will be open with the zone.
They're matching up out of it.
Finds Stamper. Stamper was looking for Engler, unable to find over to Frazier. Under 10 on the shot clock.
That's it.
Pump fake over to Feltner. Frazier will force the three up. Bradley's run comes off. Battle for the rebound. Going to call it a jump ball. Should be Bears basketball.
Coach Williams has that entire team engaged. You could probably hear the bench screaming in the background, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And when they got to 5, they elevated that noise so they knew they were right up against the shot clock.
That's important, especially as you get later in the season as well, or even later in the game. Right. That's where that shot clock running down. So we closing in on 10 on the shot clock now for the Bears. Felton over to Stanford, the free throw line, swing to Stone. Pump fake, get to the baseline over to Frazier. Again, down to 5 on the shot clock. Stanford's got the basketball. Feltner's three-point shot's up. Rattles around, comes out, rebound for the Bulldogs.
Good-looking shot right on line with the rim, just came up short.
Wilberforce got it on the left side of the floor. They're going to hold up, getting the Bears staying in that man-to-man defense. Again, they only averaging 52 points per ball game in conference, so a slow pace, Rick, is something they're used to playing.
And they managed to slow us down on the offense, and we got to under 5 on the shot clock twice on that possession.
So Wilberforce had the basketball twice, and they turned it over twice so far. Need to start capitalizing on those turnovers, so Rick.
And we're going a little pressure here, Gary. Looks like 2-2-1, three-quarter court pressure.
Over to Engler, back to Feltner. They're going to trap.
The Bears essentially start 4 guards, so they can handle this.
Feltner over to Stone, three-point shots up. Doesn't draw anything. Frazier hustles for the basketball, but saves it into a Bulldog player. They're going to drive to the right side, get all the way to the bucket. Layup was missed. Rebound to Morgan Stamper. You're going to hear that quite often this afternoon. Feltner over to Stone. Stone's got the basketball over to Engler. Swings it to Frazier. Over to Stamper at the free throw line. Gets all the way to the bucket. Right-handed layup was no good, but she'll go to the free throw line.
See her shoot free throws in that unorthodox style of hers.
She's up to 52.5% on the season, 21 of 40.
I think she was below 30 as a freshman, and it picked up quite a bit. You'll see this one-handed attempt here.
Shots up, shots good. First point of the ball game. That foul is on Kiana Johnson, her first, team's first. Stamper will have one more. Rattles around, comes off.
And she almost got her real rebound.
She's got a nose for the basketball, that is for sure. Again, the Bears will extend this little man-to-man pressure even a little bit further higher. Try and get them sped up a little bit, I'm assuming. 15 on the shot clock. A lot of backdoor cuts come from Wilberforce. Gets all with the bucket, left-hand left, no good. Rattles around, comes off. The shot clock didn't reset, but they're going to call for a step. So, again, 3 possessions, 3 turnovers, Rick.
That's a good percentage for UPIKE.
Well, you know, that's something that they've increased the defensive intensity on this end and it's forced those 3 turnovers. Over to Stone, back over to Feltner. Again, having those 4 guards like you talked about really helps against any type of pressure.
Yes, it absolutely does.
Frazier gets the baseline, swings it back out to Feltner. Stone's got the basketball. 10 on the shot clock. Engler's free throw line jumper rattles around, comes off. Frazier is on the spot, gets a rebound. They'll reset the shot clock to 20 over to Feltner, though. To Frazier. Very patient on the offensive end.
Frazier was wide open, just didn't look for a shot.
Stone from the corner, shots up. The shot is rattles. I'll tell you, every time she shoots it, Rick, I think it's going in.
And for good reason.
Frazier over to Feltner. Her 3-point shot's up. And it's good. Bears leading this one 4-0.
Good ball movement for the Bears. The only player on the floor who didn't touch it that time down the floor, was inside the Stamper. But she'll get her hands on it plenty.
Bears leading this one 4-0.
Man-to-man extended out of well beyond the arc.
Feltner will fight around the screen, backdoor cut, all the way to the back, little pick and roll action. Wilberforce get their first bucket of the afternoon. Bears leads them from 4-2. Good looking play there, Rick.
Give and go still works in basketball.
Engler over to Feltner. Back over to Engler, over to Stone. Stone back over to Feltner. Back over to Engler. Gives it to Frazier. Again, 15 on the shot clock. Feltner's free throw line jumpers up, rattles around, comes off. Rebound, Wilberforce is going to push. That is Tucker. Green Tucker with the basketball, gets all the way to the bucket. Tries to finish, unable to do so. Offensive rebound. Swings over to Johnson. Her shot's up. Feltner gets a rebound.
A lot of shooting, no making for this team right now.
Stone's got the basketball on the wing. Swings over to Feltner. Back to Stamper at the free throw line. Stone shots up. And it's good this time. Allie Stone with her first bucket of the afternoon.
Gary, her coming out party was here in this gym against Rio that day. And there was a shot late in the game she had from the corner, and Mary Englert gave it up to her, and it was a big shot in that game. And Coach Williams was telling me later on the next week, he said, and the freshman was so confident she was in the corner screaming, one more, and they got it to her, and she hit it.
So Bears leading this one 7-2. It'll be an offensive foul called on Wilberforce.
And this team really struggles.
That's on Johnson, her second, team second. So with 5:03 to go in the first quarter of play, Bears lead this one 7-2. You're watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Welcome back to University of Pikeville Gymnasium. 5:03 to go in the first quarter play. And, Rick, Bears out to a 7-2 lead, and they just forced another turnover.
Bears are out ready to play, and Wilberforce is still in the huddle over there, seated at the bench. So,
well, Rick, and you also during the break here, you talked about a little bit. Really, right now, Wilberforce is really trying to pack everything in, force an outside shot, right?
They are. They're trying to force the Bears to shoot from outside. The flaw in that logic is that we got a couple girls out there you just can't leave alone. And then we've already and Feltner's not one of them. She's already made one. So.
Feltner's got the basketball. She'll cross the timeline back over to Engler. She'll swing it to Stone in the corner. Back to Feltner. Bears doing a good job patient on offense. So they'll break it and they'll come down and run the offense. Feltner's got the basketball. Frazier on a dribble handoff. A little stutter step. She's got the basketball. She's going to try to score. Nope. England's got the basketball. 3 on the shot clock. Up and good. Mary England's got her first bucket.
So Mary's on the block. She realized she had her hand up for the ball, but she realized there's no way that they could get it to her from there with the defenders in between her. She came to the ball, came out on the wing wide open, got the 16-foot shot.
Bears up 9-2. They had a little full court pressure there too, Rick. Maybe trying to, I don't want to say slow them down, but make them have even less time on the shot clock.
Or maybe pick up the pace.
That's true too. Dribble handoff up top to Tucker. She's got the basketball swinging to the wing.
Tucker carried it there. There's no call.
And that looked odd there to me as well, but the basket's up and good. That's number 4, Abram, for her first bucket of the afternoon, 9-4 with a left-handed bank shot.
That's a nice-looking shot there.
The degree of difficulty was very high on that nice shot as well, especially the angle to get the bank shot. Feltner's got the basketball at top, 15 on the shot clock. Stamper will set the screen. They'll swing it over to Frazier. Frazier looking for Stamper on the post. Nothing doing there. Under 10. Feltner gets all the way to the bucket. Tries to finish right hand. A lot of contact at the bucket. And Feltner go to the line shooting 2 shots.
I say this, Gary. I was always taught, and I'm sure you were too, if you're going to foul them, don't let them get the shot off. So
that's on Pack. Her first, team's third. Free will check in for Stone. But you're exactly right. Hey, if you're going to foul, make it count.
Yeah. 5'8" graduate student from Shepherdsville. Haley Free.
Feltner will have one more. She's on the season. She was 16 and 23 for that one, 17 and 24, close to 70% on the season. She'll have one more. That rattles around and comes out. I believe it's called the broadcaster jinx there, Rick, when you start talking percentages, right? 10-4, Bears leading this one. You talking about Haley Free. When she comes in, seems like things settle down when Haley comes in the ball game.
Gives you an additional ball handler on the floor. There's pays off.
Free gets a steal. Got Frazier and Englert with her. She'll find Frazier, try to finish with left hand. She does. Bailey Frazier gets on the scoreboard.
You can tell that her dad's a coach, right?
You definitely can.
She's just a really smart player.
Bears up 12-4. And Coach Wells has talked about this too this year, Rick, that Frazier really likes using that left hand as well too. Shots blocked on the inside by Englert. Basketball gets over to Frazier. She'll bring him across half court over to Free. Stanford's going to come set a screen. I believe, nope. Free's going to wave her off, swing back over to Englert. Frazier's got the basketball, picks up a dribble. Stanford with a nice post.
What a seal.
I mean, textbook there, Rick.
She's giving up a lot of size in there, but when you seal like that, you're going to get a wide open shot.
That's her first bucket of the afternoon. Bears up by 10, 14-4. Katie Colopy will check in for the Bears' next dead ball. And Feltner gets her hands on the basketball. Another turnover charge to the Bulldogs. And Feltner bring the basketball across half court. The Bulldogs got 2 players going to check in. Next dead ball as well. Feltner off a Stamper screen. Stamper with the strong hands on the inside. She tries to finish the left hand, unable to do so. Abrams with the defensive rebound. Totally the Buckets tries to finish the left hand this time, unable to do so. Englert with the rebound.
Ran all the way from one rim to the other, just couldn't finish.
She's finished one time that left hand, and she tried to finish it this time as well too. Very athletic-looking player. Feltner on an Englert roll. She tries to finish at the bucket. She does. Mary Englert gets Bears up to 16-4.
A lot of contact there, but when you're up this big this early, you're probably not getting that call.
But also Englert playing in the Mid-South Conference. He's using a little contact at the rim, right, Rick?
No question about it.
3-point shots up, rattles around, comes out. Englert, a nice defensive rebound.
That's a good outlet pass right there.
Feltner will leak out. She gets all the way to the bucket, and she'll finish. Bears leading this one 18-4.
And Wilberforce calls a much-needed timeout. I know there's just a minute 14 left in the period, Gary, but you got to stop this bleeding.
Well, let's just keep it right here to do this timeout. So the Bears leading this one 18-4, and this is kind of start that you talked about, Rick, during the pregame show you needed to have, right?
Yeah, right. We need to get off to a quick start, and then we got to just hold it where it is and keep stretching that lead. You don't want to beat a team by 60 or 70 points. I'm not saying that, but you want to make sure that they're not getting back in the game, not making it any closer. And that's kind of been something that I thought that hurt us in the Cumberland's game here on Thursday night a week ago. And it's happened to us a couple of times before. We had the Ryle game. I thought we were in great shape to win that one down the stretch. Once we got Stone in the game and she started hitting those shots, man, it was just like crazy. But we just kind of let it get away from us there. So I like what we're doing here. Called a 30-second timeout there, just kind of stop this bleeding a little bit. And let's see what the Bears are going to do coming out of this timeout. Looks like they're going to pick up man.
So, Rick, so far the Bears are 7-14 from the floor, 7 made shots, 7 assists.
That's pretty good right there. So you've got 7 out of 14, and Wilberforce has only managed 9 attempts. Bears got 7 makes.
Green Tucker to the basketball for the Bulldogs, 20 on the shot clock. Go behind a screen, gets all the way to the bucket. A lot of contact at the bucket, no call. Morgan Stamper with the defensive rebound.
And again, if you're not used to playing in the Mid-South Conference like Wilberforce is not, you're probably expecting a foul right there. You're not getting that call in this league.
Not in this league, that's for sure. Stamper picks up her dribble. Gunner's got the basketball. Under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. A couple of screens up top. Free's got the basketball. Got 10 on the shot clock. Works her way down. Colopy did check in for the Bears. Stamper with another steal. She'll try to finish with left hand, and she does so. How that went in, Rick, I don't know. Bears leading this one 20-4.
She just shields that girl off and flips it toward the rim.
Bears continue to pick up full court. Green Tucker got the basketball over to a teammate. She gets all the way to the bucket. Tried to finish with right hand, unable to do so. Bailey Frazier, 18 seconds going to play. I mean, the game clock, probably a last second, 1 shot left, right, Rick?
Yeah, I think so.
Freeze got the basketball, couple more dribbles. Picks it up, though. Cross-court pass to Frazier. 3-point shots up.
Ooh.
Back of the rim. She'll hustle, get the offensive rebound now. She'll try to finish. And as the first quarter buzzer goes off, and I think they may be calling charge on Frazier.
I think they are, too. Yep, that's what they're calling.
Yeah, it'll be Frazier's first, team's first. I believe that was the right call, too, Rick.
I think it probably was, too. And only one foul, the only foul of the period on the Bears.
So they're calling for.
Wait a minute.
They called for the players to come back out. I'm not for sure.
They're going to put time on the clock? Why would you put 2 or 3/10 of a second on the clock going 94 feet?
And just to inbound the basketball.
Yeah. That's all you're going to do. You got to have 3/10 to get a shot off. And it couldn't have been much more than that.
No.
Right. It was kind of the contact was made.
They're going to
put 1 second on.
1 second. Yeah. I'm sure this is a process thing. It's not the officials' rule. This is what they're just going to blow by the process. But again, in this situation, it doesn't.
They don't want their assigner to see this video and them let that go.
Exactly. So the Bulldogs will inbound the basketball, and that will end the first quarter. The Bears leading this one 20-4. We'll send it back to the station for a break. You're watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Welcome back to the UPIKE Gymnasium. As we start the second quarter, the Bears leading this one 20-4. Rick, in that first quarter, the Bears go 8 of 16, 2 of 7 from deep, 2 of 4 from free throw line, and grab 10 rebounds.
And Wilberforce, on the other hand, went 2 out of 11 missed their only 3, haven't been to the free throw line. We said that foul there with 1 second left was the only foul the Bears committed in the whole quarter. So that's always a good thing. And as you say, Gary, now we're up to 8 buckets, 7 assists. You'll take that percentage every day.
I believe every coach of America, they say, you know what, we can get an assist on most of our buckets. That's all about sharing the basketball. Also, Wilberforce turned it over 5 times in that first quarter. It was on the first 3 possessions they had turnovers. They'd say settle down a little bit after that, but the Bears definitely brought some defensive intensity.
And, you know, Gary, you've been around here for a while. A lot of these girls, they didn't play with that pass-first mentality for a long time. That's kind of developed. That's been something that they've learned, and it's really paying off for us too.
You know, that's something most games you see Coach Clifton Williams' teams, you always have more assists than turnovers most times.
Colopy's in now. We got Feltner on the bench and Bailey Frazier on the bench to start this period. Of course, when you're up 20-4, you know you can put your starters over there for a while.
Left-hand layup, that's going to be packed with a bucket, and this makes it 20-6. Yeah, you definitely, if you can keep the game in control, you can play some different lineups maybe and try a couple different things out, Rick.
Absolutely. And you can go deeper in your bench also.
England's got the basketball, shots up, rattle. Nope, unable to draw anything there. I'm sure if Mary was quite for sure if she's going to shoot that basketball. And I think she's looking for somebody to roll there, and the defender went with the person rolling to the bucket.
Got in the passing lane, and she shot instead.
Over to Green Tucker. She got the basketball, gets past Colopy, swings over the corner, shots up from the corner, rattles around, goes in. That is packed.
That's 5 quick ones to start the period for.
Excuse me, that's 33. That's Farver who just checked in. Give her 5. She's got the last 5 points here, 20-9. Freeze got the basketball. Kind of what you've been talking about, Rick. You want to expand the lead, though.
Yeah.
Stanford got to the bucket, and she'll try to finish. Unable to do so. She'll get the offensive rebound. She'll finish it with the right hand. Unable to do so. And I believe we're going to get Colopy maybe for over the back. No, we're going to call this one on. Yeah, it's on Stamper. Her first team's first here in the second quarter. Again, like you talked about, Rick, it was 20-4 going in, and then 5-0 run.
Sheridan Robbins going to check in, sophomore from Orleans, Indiana. That's a town I'm not familiar with.
I'm not either, and I tell you what, Rick, when I first started seeing Sheridan's name last year on the roster, and I'd seen Orleans, I kept on thinking, Louisiana, she's a long way from home. Green Tucker gets all the way to the bucket, and she got fouled. It's Bill Robbins who just checked in. It's going to send Green Tucker to the free throw line for 2, the junior from Columbus, Ohio.
It would not be unusual for the Bears to have a New Orleans player on this roster because Coach Williams is a native of New Orleans, Louisiana.
And that was what my assumption was when I saw the Orleans, but I'm agree with you. I'm not familiar with Orleans, Indiana. Green Tucker will miss both of them. Robbins, who just checked in, gets the defensive rebound. Let's see if the Bears can get a bucket here, Rick.
Can you say that they're a 60% shooting team? That's not very good.
Freeze got the basketball over to Stone.
That's it.
Got a little mismatch there. Farver trying to go guard Stone out there. Stone 3-point shots up, and it's good. Allie Stone.
And I tell you what, she is pure out there.
Give her her second 3-point make of the afternoon. Give her 6. Bears it by 14. Free guarding up top there. Now you got Colopy extending her defense a little too. Ingram will back off. Stone. A little deep. They're trying to get to the bucket more this time. Now Wilberforce shots up, rattles around, comes out, be Bears basketball.
Gary, we just saw Devin Collins walk in. And that's his specialty, that 3-point shot out there. Even he's got to be a little envious of what he sees out of the freshman Stone.
I tell you what now, and Devin's another guy, when he shoots it, I'm thinking it's going in every single time.
No question.
Ingram to the basketball for the Bears, gets across half court. Got 20 on the shot clock. Colopy will cut back door. Nice job from the freshman. Finish for left hand, unable to do so. Offensive rebound. Swings it back out. Nope, yeah, now she does to England. Sammy Seitz will check in next dead ball for the Bears. Freeze got the basketball. Swings over to Colopy. Shots up, rattles around. Again, this angle, Rick, I was thinking, man, that basketball is going in.
That looked good from here, didn't it? Sammy Seitz going to check in. Sophomore from Sitka, Kentucky, Johnson Central native.
She'll replace Colopy.
Of course, a lot of us on campus know her story, Gary. She had a tough summer. Lost her father, who was kind of a basketball mentor for her, somebody who she leaned on heavily, and we spent a lot of time in prayer for that young lady.
I tell you that they're not much better than Sammy Sites. I tell you that.
Agree.
Baseline jumper for the Bulldogs. Rattle around comes out, and it's going to be Haley Free will fight for the defensive rebound.
Yeah.
And as he tries to save back in, throws it off the end line to be a turnover over to the Bulldogs.
Gary, that just goes to show you right there what we saw out of Miller. She was on the floor, still playing defense, and caused that ball to be turned over.
23-9. It'll reset the shot clock all the way to 30 since Free had possession. Swings back up top to Green Tucker. Gets all the way to the bucket, right hand shot up, and rattles around, sides battles for it. Green Tucker comes away with it though. Shots up, no good. Foul on Haley Free.
Haley Free going to be caught. It's 3 on the Bears here already in the period. Gary, we're talking about sides. You know, Johnson Central program has been really good to our women's basketball program through the years.
Really good.
Yeah, we've got a lot of talent out of there.
So Green Tucker's 0 for 2 from the free throw line on the afternoon. She makes the first one.
She looks like she should be a better free throw shooter than that. She's got nice form.
She's got a game averaging almost 16 points per ball game. That's her first. And she makes them both. I agree with you. The form's really good. It just should be a little bit better than that. As you have number 4, Abrams will check back into the ball game. 23-11. Again, the Bulldogs will continue the press, Rick.
They've got back within a dozen now, Gary, but still a long way to go for them. Bears need to keep the pedal down here.
Stone gives over to Free. Free's got the basketball. England's on the roll. Nothing to get her. 12 on the shot clock. Stone gets all the bucket, tries to finish. She does. Allie Stone's got 8.
Nice move right there, getting to the bucket. They come out and guard her on that three-point shot. She shows the ability to get around them and get to the bucket.
Bears up 25-11. Shots up, rattles rim, goes in. I believe that's Hairston. No, it's Destiny Ross. I'm sorry. I have a hard time seeing the numbers with the color combination. Bears up 25-13.
Dark green on black is kind of a challenge.
Stone's got the basketball. English does hit the screen, gets all the way to the bucket. No, she'll swing it back over to Free. English posting on the inside, under 10 on the shot clock. Side's got the basketball up top. Nice. Roll from Robbins. She'll try to finish with the left hand, unable to do so. Green Tucker battled for the rebound. Basketball on Haley Free. Bears 4th, Free 2nd.
Free 2nd, and Sierra Filtner gets up off the bench quickly to come back in her stead.
She'll replace Free, so it's 25-13. Bears put up 20 in that first quarter, and we've played almost halfway through the second quarter. We've only scored 5.
You can't take a break. Wilberforce will make you pay for that.
Rice has got the basketball here for the Bulldogs. Been guarded by Stone. Swinging on the side, it's Abrams with the basketball. Rice again working with Stone. Against Stone, excuse me. Green Tucker looking for a post on the inside. She got it. That's Pack working against Robbins. Left-handed shots up, no good. Engler's got the basketball. She's going to push. She's going to get all the way to the bucket. She tries with the left hand. Mary Englert with the and one.
You got to get in front of her.
I tell you what, watching Mary over her career, she got that basketball. Like you said, if you don't stop her, she's going to get it all the way to the bucket.
She has scored 1,000 points in her career doing things like that right there.
Engler's got 4. I'm going to get 6, excuse me. She'll have 1 from the free throw line. 66% from the free throw line on the season. That's going to be on Pack, her second, team's first.
Yeah, they've got 4 fouls in the game, Gary, and they've got 2 on Pack and 2 on Abrams.
That's on Edwards. Edwards is checked in for the Bulldogs. Engler will have 1 more.
I'm sorry, it's Johnson and Pack, not Abrams.
So give her 7.
Oh.
Bears up by 15. Green Tucker gets all the way to the bucket, tried to finish right hand, unable to do so. I'll tell you what, Green Tucker is quick.
She is. She knows how to get to the bucket, too.
Felton's got the basketball. Comes across half court.
Thankfully, she's struggling finishing when she gets to the bucket.
Robbins got the basketball. The sides up top. Bears content to run a little offense here. Felton goes with the basketball. Step back. 8 on the shot clock. Sides from the corner. Shots up. Rattles in. Comes out. And the Bulldogs unable to corral the rebound. It'll be Bears basketball.
Saw the advanced leadership by Feltner there. She was pinned. She could not get to the rebound, so she did not try to jump over somebody's back. She just stood her ground and let it go.
It's a lot of experience on that court, right,
Yep,
Rick?
Exactly.
So with 4:27 to go in the second quarter, the Bears leading this one 28-13. Let's send it back to the station for a break. You're watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Welcome back to UPIKE Gymnasium. Bears leading this one 28-13. Bears shooting 11-26 from the floor, Rick, and 5-19 for Wilberforce.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about they got off to a little bit of a slow start in the second quarter. But the biggest lead of the game's been 16. It's 15 now, so it's not been that slow a start.
But, you know, Wilberforce has done a better job taking care of the basketball. Had 3 turnovers on the first 3 possessions.
Yep. And
they've only gone up to 5. They have turned over in the second quarter. Tough spot to inbound the basketball, Rick.
Very tough. This is a hard place to do it right here.
Stone will get into Sites. Bear will have 20 on the shot clock. Sites got the basketball up top. Then go to Feltner. Mary Ingles hit the screen, rolls to the bucket. Shot from Feltner is good from the free throw line, 30-13.
You get in that keyhole, that should be an automatic shot. A lot of people struggle with that, but it's not too dissimilar from the free throw.
Be a foul called against the Bears.
On the pressure there.
Could be on Stone. Be her first, team's 5th. So it's going to send Green Tucker to the free throw line, 2 of 4. Also during the break, Hannah Roberts, the 6-foot sophomore from Boyd County High School, checked in for the Bears. Green Tucker makes the first, 30-14. Tell you what, Wilberforce's coaches are extremely vocal, too.
They work it.
They work it. Oh. And it's going to be a jump ball, I believe, off the missed rebound, on the missed free throw. It is. It was to be Bears basketball. Here, Bailey Frazier will turn to the lineup, and she will replace, I believe this is Engler. You know, Coach Williams, Coach Wheeler does such a good job of keeping players fresh, running people in and out.
Yeah, unless there's a foul situation, they pretty much know the substitution pattern they're going to use.
Roberts over to Stone. Let's say Roberts and Stones played a little basketball against each other. Woodtown, and that was a solid screen there from Roberts as well, too. Frazier got the basketball over to Feltner. He's going to try to get to the bucket baseline. She does. Nice pump fake. Roberts' three-point shot's up. Rattles around, comes out. Feltner tried to get the offense rebound, unable to do so. That's Abrams to come away with it for the Bulldogs. Green Tucker tries to finish with the right hand, and she does this time, 30-16.
Kind of flipped it up and got the lucky bounce that time.
That's her first field goal, but she has 5 points. Closing on 3 minutes in the second quarter. Feltner will try to return the favor. Gets all the way to the bucket, and she's going to get fouled.
She didn't get it up and high enough off the glass that time to get it to bounce in.
That's going to be on Edwards.
That's going to be one on her.
Her first, team second, like you talked about. Feltner was 2 of 2, I believe, from the free throw. No, 1 for 2. I gave her the broadcast jinx last time.
Yeah.
I give it to her once again. I won't be quiet now, Rick.
This one should go.
30-16. Bears up by 14. Rattles run comes out. Sights battling for it. Knocks out away from Pack. That'll be Bulldogs basketball.
So Feltner's 1 for 4 from the free throw line right now, and she can't let that get in her head.
That's true.
She's got to keep playing, focusing on everything else she's doing out there for this team.
That's easier said than done, though,
Yes,
isn't it, Rick?
It is. It's like you strike out that first at bat, you get 2 strikes on you the next time. It's hard not to have that mentality.
Rice got the basketball working against Feltner. Gets the basketball over to Pack. That's Farver, excuse me.
Or to make it so you can understand it, if you walk that first batter and you're at a 3-ball count.
Green Tucker gets all the way to the bucket. She'll finish at 30-18. She's got 7.
Not that you ever had that experience, Gary. I know better than that.
No, Rick, I've had my share of walks. I promise you that. They've come at the wrong time in the ball game as well. 30-18. Backdoor cut from Bailey Frazier. She'll find Sammy Sites. 3-point shots up. Rattles around, comes out. Edwards with the rebound. Gets over to Green Tucker, gets all the way to the bucket, tries to finish. Unable to do so, but they're going to think, I believe we're going to get Roberts.
Roberts was out of bounds and starting to get back in bounds. That call was so late.
It was definitely waiting to see if the ball went in or not.
They really were.
That'll be Roberts first. And now we'll send Green Tucker to the free throw line for 2. She's 3 of 6 on the afternoon. She's played all 18 minutes of the ball game so far.
Willis just returned for Wilberforce, number 13.
Green Tucker will make the first. Makes it 30-19. Gets up to 8 points on the afternoon. Makes the second one as well. And Abby Atkins will check in for the first time for the Bears.
Sophomore from Sandy Hook, Kentucky.
I tell you what, Rick, when she comes in, she brings a different energy level to the ball game.
Sandy Hook, Kentucky is best known as the hometown of Keith Whitley.
Keith Whitley. Over to Atkins. She'll swing it back over to Frazier, over to Stone. With the basketball. Bears got a lot of 16th region players on the roster.
Sure do.
Felton's got the basketball, swinging to Stone. 3-point shots up. Good. Can't leave her, Rick.
What are you doing? You know?
Somebody missed the scout, that's for sure.
Somebody did.
33-20. I think Stone's up to double figure CSU got 11.
Is that pressure causing a turnover?
That's the first turnover in the second quarter against the Bulldogs. Coming at a bad time as they're starting to close a little ground. Stone's got the basketball top, being guarded by Green Tucker over to Atkins. Here's the Frazier. It can look kind of awkward there. Atkins up. Wasn't sure what kind of move she was going to put on there, Rick, and she just shuffled the steps before she put the dribble down.
But we're almost at halftime. That's the second turnover of the game for the.
I think Coach Williams will take that 2 turnovers in the first half.
Okay, 1 a quarter will be plenty.
Green Tucker gets all the way to the bucket. Roberts was able to defend, but Farver will get the offensive rebound and put it back in. Makes it 33-22, and Farver's got 7.
Morgan Stamper has spent the entire second quarter on the sidelines right now. That gives them an advantage on the glass.
Atkins got the basketball. Over to Stone. Roberts, right-handed shots up, and good. Hannah Roberts with the first bucket.
What about that? She didn't get it, elevate it and get it up. She just pushed it up.
35-22.
You know, I know what it's supposed to look like, but you do you. Whatever works for you.
As long as that ball goes in the bucket.
That's right.
Felton's got the basketball off the Roberts rebound.
There's up 13 as the quarter's winding down.
Over to Abby Atkins. Nice pass from Sierra Feltner. The Bears are up 37-22.
Another place of basketball in Elliott County, too, let me tell you.
We got our men's assistant coach. He knows a little bit about that Elliott County basketball, too. Another turnover will be charged here for the Bulldogs. Feltner with the 3-point shot. Up, rattles around, comes off, and she'll take us to halftime.
We'll take that opportunity every time, though, right there. It's a wide open look.
Every time. So we'll go to halftime. Bears leading this one 37-22. Stick with us at halftime. We'll come back with maybe we'll have an interview with one of our dancers, I believe. Bears leading this one 37-22. You're watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network.
And I talked to Coach Williams at lunch yesterday. We're fortunate enough that he sits with us at lunch and mostly laughs at us more than anything else. I think he does it for entertainment purposes only. But he was talking about, so many – because if you were in the cafeteria yesterday, Gary, it was kind of sparse. And he said, this many kids are gone home. Who's coming to the game tomorrow?
That's right.
And luckily, we've got a few people coming out.
Now, to your point there, as far as typically you go to lunchtime, and it's you got to go at a certain time to get a chair.
Right. It's a robust place to be, and you see a lot. I've always said that for a faculty member like me, the perfect place to do office hours would be in the cafeteria because that's where you see them.
That's where you see them at.
So it works out really well to go up there and see them. And the other thing is, Gary, they get to see us in a different setting.
It's true.
You know, you're not lecturing, you're not in the classroom, it's just, hey, how you doing? Everything going. And I don't know, Gary, I just, this is the way I do it. I don't know how everybody else does, but and the delay here is because of the scoreboard. I just want to point that out. When I see them, like if you miss my class and I see you in the cafeteria, I'm not coming to you and saying, hey, why didn't you come to class today? I'm saying, hey, how's it going? Everything okay?
Yeah.
You know, just because you're an adult, you make decisions.
You make decisions. But, going back, we're fortunate at the university as employees that the university provides us lunch every single day in the City View Cafe, and it goes back to like 2010 or 11. That's when Governor Paul Patton was president.
Yes. He
started that, and the whole purpose of that was to get to know the student body even better.
Right, and they don't, his Gov's idea was that we were going to sit with the students, and I don't know how much that happens, but they stop by the table all the time. And, Rob's softball players stop by our table all the time. My students will stop by, and, we kind of laugh with them and have a good time with them. And it's really a positive thing for both ways because, as we say, they see us in a different light when they see us in the caf.
But then also it's kind of neat too, even though maybe not be sitting with them, but you're standing in line with them to get a piece of pizza or a sandwich or soup or a salad, whatever it may be, and just have an opportunity to mingle with them as well too. And
some of the kids I don't even know, and like I'll be in one line, they'll come out with another one, and I'll say, hey, what is that there? I couldn't tell what that was. What do you have there? And, so you start those relationships.
And then you're asking them a question, right? Versus them have to ask you a question. Right. It changes the relationship a little bit there as well too.
Hey Gary, let me say this while we're here because I know we're live and online. A lot of people live around town. If you're looking for Christmas gifts, you can come here to the gym. You don't even have to pay your way in. We've got this merchandise box down there that's got T-shirts, sweatshirts. It's got hoodies. It's probably got polos in there, all kinds of things, UPIKE stuff. Come on by and do your Christmas shopping here. I know Kelly would appreciate that.
Well,
I've done that.
And it is high-quality stuff,
Absolutely,
too. I mean, it goes in, and, of course, anything Coach Wells is going to be involved in, it's going to be, the branding is going to be on point, and it's going to be high-quality stuff. And like you said, if you have a Bears fan in your family and you're looking for, I'm not sure what to get you, that type of thing, right there it is. And I think we're going to come out. I think we're going to start the second half here, Rick, with
the one scoreboard.
I was looking for the shot clock. I don't know if that was part of the outage on that. Or maybe it's not working on one end. They're going to turn on both ends. I'm not for sure. But
Gump has his stopwatch in his hand. This is a situation where Vernon's going to have to make announcements, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
So we begin second half of action. The starters back on the floor for the Bears. Green Tucker to the basketball up top for the Bulldogs over to Abrams. Been guarded by Stone. He gets inside. The shot's up by Johnson. Rolls around, comes out. Felton gets the defensive rebound. Bears need to start strong here, Rick. Like you're talking about, expand that lead if they can.
Absolutely.
Feltner got the basketball. Johnson will switch over. Stamper roll to the bucket. Swings it over to Frazier. Three-point shots up. Good. Bailey Frazier. Good-looking play, Rick.
That was a great-looking play. And Morgan Stamper knew exactly where to look to find her teammate. For those wondering what's going on in the arena right now, we just had to put Brady Schmidt into action over there to help out with this stuff where we got some down outages right now. We're going to get things lined out here, though.
So as Frazier, she has 5 on the afternoon. Ingram gets all with the bucket. She finishes with the left hand. The Bears are leading this one 43-22. No, 42-22.
We've got to get if you're a kid out there watching this, you've got to learn how to shoot with your offhand.
Nice block from Bailey Frazier. Green Tucker got to the bucket, but Bailey Frazier rejects her at the bucket.
So we're up to an 18-point lead. Is that right, Gary? 20-point lead now?
20-point lead
Biggest
right
lead
now.
Of the game. So we have stretched it out a little bit. 5 quick points.
Woodall checked in for the Bulldogs. Yeah, good start in the second half for the Bears. Shots up, rolls around, comes out to Stamper with a defensive rebound. Felton got the basketball. Looking on the cut. English got the 3-point shots up. rattles around, comes out. Stamper with the offensive rebound, kind of tiptoes on the baseline.
Ooh.
And she just maybe got a toe on that baseline. It's going to be Bulldog basketball.
Ingrid missed the shot, but you're going to take that every time. She was wide open out there. So
the only thing that shot didn't do is go through the net.
That's
I mean,
exactly
it hit every part of that rim.
4 out of 7. That was her first 3-point try of the game.
Abrams over to Woodall. Green Tucker tries to the bucket. She does. Stops. Ball rolls around, goes in. She's a scorer, you can tell.
She's a quality player. You know, Morgan Stamper got a hand on that. She still managed to get it and get the shot up.
Green Tucker's not the tallest player out there, but she's not intimidated to get to the bucket. England's got the basketball, tries to finish left hand, unable to do so. Abrams with the defensive rebound for the Bulldogs. Nice cut by Woodall. Pass stolen by Morgan Stamper.
Ooh. That should have been a foul right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact on that one. Bailey Frazier got the basketball up top over to Englert. Englert over to Stone. Stone shots up. Rattles around, comes off. Offensive rebound. Morgan Stamper, and she finishes at the bucket. Give her 7 points on the afternoon.
7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 rebounds now.
Bears up by 20, 44-24. Englert will be called for the foul. Be her team's first here in the third period.
I think we're checking breakers, we're checking fuses, we're checking everything right now to see.
And it's so awkward where it's just one side of the floor, so I'm sure you're right. It's going to be a breaker or something like it as well.
And if you're wondering why we're struggling with the score, there's a speaker between us and our side of the scoreboards. We can't see how many points we've got. Turn over there as we have a travel on Wilberforce.
As Willis, who was forced into the travel.
9 turnovers now against Wilberforce, so they're starting to mount a little bit.
They averaged 19.5 per game during conference action. Stone being guarded by Green Tucker. Hands over to Englert. Swings it over to Frazier. 3-point shots up. Rattles around, comes off. Feltner's going to hustle for it. Off of Abrams. Nice hustle by Bailey Frazier. Swing it back over to Frazier. She's open. Englert with the post. Right hand to finish. Unable to get it to go.
So Bailey Frazier did a great job over there hustling to not slap that ball back in play. But still, it goes the other way if Sierra Feltner doesn't hustle over there and put herself in position to be there to catch that ball.
Englert go to the line shooting 2 shots. This foul's on Woodall. Her team's first. Englert's first shot's up and good.
2 for 2 now from the line. She's in double figures, 10 points.
All around game, 2 or 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
I just noticed that as well.
Englert's going to do a little bit of all. I mean, she averages 13 points per game to lead the team, but she does so. I mean, she could average more points, but she's such a team player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of contact there, no call. Packs out the basketball for the Bulldogs. Swing over to Green Tucker. She'll try to get to the bucket. She does. Ball's knocked out of her hand. I think it's Woodall. Shots up and good. It's Woodall's first bucket of the afternoon.
Green Tucker knows her role on this team. When she gets it, she goes to the rim.
You know, she's looking to dish and she'll look to score as well. 46-26. Feltner will be on Green Tucker. Be her first. That'll be the team's second. So the Bears were triggered in bounds.
Again, an awkward place to throw it in bounds over there, right in front of your bench.
Feltner's with the basketball up top. Stamper will set the screen. She'll go a different direction. Gets all the way to the bucket. Tries to finish right hand. She does. Sierra Feltner with the finish. Give her 10 on the afternoon.
Third Bear in double figures.
Bears up by 22, 48-26.
I believe that's the biggest lead of the game so far.
Green Tucker's at the basketball. She'll try to finish. She does so at the bucket. Give her 13.
Green Tucker had a teammate, Gary, wide open in the corner, but instead she drove to the bucket. Again, she knows what she's supposed to do.
Stone finishing at the bucket. Give her 13. Like you talked about, Rick, you know, Stone, they're going to keep on crowding her at the three-point line. If she continues finishing at the bucket, they're talking about an all-around game.
Yeah.
Tucker gets the basketball over to the bucket. They're going to call Englert for a hold.
The only thing she had a hold of that time to me was the basketball, but
It'll be her second, and they're going to give her 2 shots.
oh, my goodness.
I thought that was, from my, I'm not an official, but I thought that was a little bit further out on the floor.
I don't think I didn't see her get the shot up anyway.
22 Rogers Gossett will check in for the Bulldogs along with number 11, Kaya Dukes.
Hannah Roberts coming in for the Bears here, sophomore from Huntington.
I think it's Colopy. They're 32.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, the hair knocks on the second number. Green Tucker makes the first. He's 6 of 9 from the free throw line. He's got 12 points.
So Colopy, then, from Cincinnati, Gary.
Colopy and it's not the same area that Morgan Stamper, where she graduated from as well too.
Yeah.
Morgan on the Kentucky side. That's right. So it makes it 50-30. Bears leading this one by 20.
Simon Kenton High School. Troy McKinley for UNI.
Swings over to Stone.
State championship. Oh.
Colopy tried to finish the bucket, unable to do so. Morgan Stamper with the offensive rebound. She'll try to finish, unable to do so. Feltner got a hand on it, but Green Tucker's got the basketball. She's going to try to get to the bucket, and she tries to finish. She's unable to do so, but Allie Stone will call for her second foul, and that'll be the team's third here in the third period. We also got a couple of got two sisters who played softball for us from Simon Kenton High School.
Yes, we did. They were good ones too, the Morgans.
Kayla. And what was her Courtney Morgan. Kayla and Courtney Morgan.
Kayla was a student in the first class I taught here.
And now she's teaching school, I believe, now
yes,
too, right?
Is. Hopefully doing a better job.
50-32. Bears up by 18. And they're going to extend a little half-court zone here, Rick. Is what this is from the Bulldogs. Colopy's got it in the corner over to Free. Feltner. Got the basketball on the baseline, trying to find a teammate. Free. Copley, she's got the basketball just a little bit too far back.
Step back and put that foot on the line as we have our media timeout.
So let's head back to the station from break. Bears leading this one 50-32 with 4:40 to go in the third period to play. Watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Welcome back to the University of Pikeville Gymnasium with 4:40 to go in the third period. Bears leading this one 50-32. Rick, so we talked about the halftime. The Bears have increased that lead by 3 since halftime, but I think their play has been a little bit better in this third quarter play.
Yeah, it has. There's several reasons for that, but they've been able to get the ball to go in the hole, driving to the bucket, working on that, and then getting wide open people, wide open shots. We were talking about our relationship with students, Gary. I mentioned that first class I taught. I had a guy in there named Simon Beeson. Yeah. Simon's from out in Columbia, Missouri. And we were going to Kansas City a couple times. That should have been a travel. I was driving out there, and I said, I'm going to be about an hour away. And I said, so I sent him a text that said, hey, I'm going to need gas when I get to Columbia. Where would you recommend? He told me what number the exit was. He said, turn left. There's a gas station up there on your left. I'll be waiting on you.
That's all.
And he drove out there just to spend 5 minutes talking to me while I pumped gas and then went back.
Played out for the Bears baseball
yes,
team.
Yes, he did. He was a nice player and a great student.
Feltner gets the bucket. She'll find Colopy in the corner. Shots up. Shots good. Katie Colopy gives the Bears a 21-point lead.
Like to see those balls go in the bucket for these players, Gary, who normally don't get a lot of playing time.
Colopy made the 3-point bucket to get her first bucket of the afternoon.
Of course, Colopy plays quite a bit off the bench, I should say.
She had a game there where her and Allie Stone both, they combined to give 35 points off the bench for the Bears. And Taylor Free with a block. Green Tucker stays with her, though. She has 17. The Bears leading this one 53-34.
You block that shot, you think you've done your job, but not with her.
She it's kind of that second jump is as quick as the first jump. Yeah. Colopy out of the corner once again, rattles around, comes out. Rebound comes down to the Bulldogs. Rogers Gossett got the basketball, gets all the way to the bucket. Ball's blocked.
One thing I don't agree about basketball these days, Gary, she got about top of the key and just tucked that ball and like she's a running back. And to me, that's a travel.
That's a travel.
And now we got that scoreboard's lighting up down there. They've figured something out, that's for sure.
Farver just checked in for the Bulldogs, and it's going to be on Green Tucker with a hook. Be her second, team's fourth.
I'll tell you what, Gary, you get her in foul trouble.
Well, she's got 17, and she got half of the points for the Bulldogs.
She's got 17. We still lead by 19.
Stone over to Free. Zone action coming once again. Maybe they're trying to protect against some foul situations. Stone swing to Feltner. She had the shot there. Doesn't take it to Free. Feltner over to Englert. Englert's got the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Feltner shots up. Rattles around. Comes out. The Bears will battle for it. Colopy over to Englert. The runner rolls out. And then Colopy comes away with it somehow. Englert's got the basketball. A little reset.
I think Colopy's been paying attention to Morgan Stamper.
I believe you're exactly right. Englert's got the basketball. Swings over to Stone. Stone to Free. Free's got the basketball. Englert shots up and rattles and goes in this time from Englert. Give her 13. 55-34. Green Tucker's going to work against this trap for the Bears. Gets over to Rogers Gossett.
And there you go. That's what that trap does for you.
Englert, what nice save. A nice left-handed pass to Feltner. She'll try to finish. No, she gives her teammate Allie Stone, who's going to be fouled at the bucket.
I love what's happening here, Gary. You've got some experienced 3-5-year players out there with a couple of freshmen, and they're finding the freshmen, getting them open shots.
It's on Woodall, be her second, team's fifth. That's going to send Stone to the line to shoot 2 shots, her first trip. And I'm not going to mention to you what her free throw percentage is on the season.
It's sizable, though, I'm going to guess.
She makes the first. I'll tell you guys after the second free throw.
Leads 22 now.
Gives her 14.
To my memory, that's the biggest it's been.
That's her first miss of the season from the free throw line.
So you can't blame you this time.
Not this time. Rogers Gossett got the basketball over to Rice. He's got the basketball looking at Green Tucker. Gets all the way to the bucket, tries to spin right hand, gives her 19.
Now, about Stone, Gary, she hadn't missed a free throw until that. She probably hasn't shot a lot. But the more they come out and guard her and she drives around them and gets the bucket, the more those free throws are going to play in.
Yeah, so she's 14 to 15 on the season. Feltner's got the basketball. She'll try to get to the bucket. She'll try to finish. Nice shot. Nice offensive rebound for Sierra Feltner. She's up to give her 12. Bears up 58-36. Coffee with a nice turnover. Englert, nice outlet pass to Feltner. Finishes at the bucket. Sarah Feltner's up to 14. Makes it a 60-36 lead.
That was an impressive pass, too.
Free jump in the passing lane. Knock it out of bounds, though. Yeah, this probably last 3 minutes, the Bears are really starting to take control of this ball game,
I think
Rick.
so, too. And the other thing about a player like Green, she's been over at the waist now. She's got to be tired. She's carrying the load here offensively. She's got 19 of their 36.
And she hasn't come out of the ball game.
And she hasn't come out yet.
And continue to try and get to the bucket every single time, and even getting off. If shot gets blocked, she can immediately come back up with a second jump. So 23 seconds go on a shot clock. That'll be a timeout. Let's just keep it right here. Let's go over some stats here real quick, Rick. So for the Bulldogs, 13 to 31 from the floor, 41%, and 1 and 2 from deep. 9 and 12 from the free throw line. Got 16 rebounds. They've turned it over 11 times.
Now 9 out of 12 from free throw line is impressive. They've all come from one player.
That's true. One player. And then you have for the Bears, 24 of 50 from the floor, 48%, 6 of 20 from deep, 30%, 6 of 11 from the free throw line at 54%. The Bears got 3 players in double figures. Feltner and Stone lead the way with 14. Englert's got 13. Stamper and Feltner both got 5 rebounds. Feltner 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists on the afternoon, also with a steal.
Stone makes everything go a little smoother because Coach Williams probably wouldn't be happy with 3 out of 14 from the arc, but you pass her 3 out of 6 in there, and it makes everything look a lot better.
And then also you're talking about just extending the defense a little bit more, and 24 or 50 from the floor, like you're talking about. Does that in the beginning? The only thing they want to do, they just want to pack that paint, right? So they started getting 20 shots, and he said the 6 made threes. But yeah, you take Allie Stone out of the ball game, it doesn't look as impressive.
3 turnovers with 1:15 left in the third period too. You keep that pace of 1 per quarter, and Coach Williams will never complain about that.
13 assists, 3 turnovers. Harvey got the basketball in the corner. Got the cutter. Finding Green Tucker. She gets to the bucket, tries to finish. So Emily Englert. Yeah, Green Tucker, she puts it in one gear and she goes. That'll be the third on Englert, be the fourth on the team. Green Tucker, as you said, has shot every free throw for the Bulldogs this afternoon. She's 9 of 12.
She has a motor that is pretty much wide open.
And Rick, I mean, I don't think she's really out of control going to the bucket either, would you?
Not. She knows how to do it. She split 2 defenders, and Englert was forced to foul her.
She makes both of those. She's 11 of 14. Now close the lead to 60-38. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Stone over to Feltner. Little trap over to Free. Back over to Stone. Engler's 3-point shots up. Rattles around, comes out. A little different lineup for the Bears. Free, Feltner, and Stone, all 3 on the floor at the same time.
A lot of point guards out there.
Got to the bucket. Ooh, wow.
And she went, no, they're going to play that off.
It hit the shot clock, I believe. Okay. Yeah, there'll be no shot. But it's on Feltner. Be her first, team's 5th.
She got that to go, though, Gary. That's impressive.
And that's on Willis will go to the line shooting 2 shots. Yeah, that was extremely impressive.
Again, this will be the first free throw that they have shot today that comes from somebody besides Green Tucker.
And it's the 15th and the 16th free throw of the day.
Exactly.
So number 2, Smoot will check in for the Bulldogs.
I think she's new to the game.
I believe it's the first time I've seen her in the ballgame today. First shot's up and is good.
Yeah, you watch this young lady and all the gyrations and things she gets through. You do whatever you got to do to get comfortable, but none of it matters until you got the ball on your fingertips, ready to shoot it, and that happens right about here.
Yeah, they look pretty smooth on both of those.
It does.
That's her first points of the afternoon.
Again, you do you.
Bears up by 20 to 60-40. Englert over to Free, swings over to Feltner. Nice job breaking the trap. Stone's got the basketball, swings it back over to Free. They'll run a little offense here. Swings over to Feltner, gets to the baseline, looking for Colby. Stone's 3-point shots up. Rattles around, comes out. Nice job by pick up the number on that one. But the Bulldogs will be pushing down. Under 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Got to the bucket, maybe on Colopy.
It was Dickerson on that rebound down there. It took a while.
So Colopy will be her first. Yeah, first foul. And they'll send Willis to the line shooting 2 shots. She just went there and made 2 of them. Misses the first one. One more to go. Again, the Bears leading this one 60-40 with 7 seconds to go here in the third period of play.
Got another one coming up, Gary.
It's a big one, too. Misses both those. England's got the basketball.
Get to the rim.
Feltner's got the basketball. Gets to the bucket. Right-handed floater goes in for Sierra Feltner. Give her 16. The Bears leading this one by 22. That's a nice job on the break by Englert getting the basketball out, and Feltner knowing how much time she had on the clock as well.
And added 7 points to the lead in the third quarter.
So we'll send it back to the station for break. You're watching Bears basketball. They're leading this one 62-40. Watching Bears basketball on the UPIKE Sports Network, presented by Appalachian Wireless. Welcome back to the University of Pikeville Gymnasium. Bears leading this one 62-40. And Rick, you talked about the Bears was up 15 at halftime. They extended that lead by 7 in that third quarter.
Yeah, you're going to be good with that. Whatever happens here happens, but you just don't want that lead to shrink. For those wondering what happens during breaks, Gary and I talk baseball. I don't know what everybody else does. What you usually talk about with Kelly, but
Kelly's usually breaking down the zone, and we're talking baseball. Feltner inside to Stamper. Stamper's got the basketball. Gets all the way to the bucket. Left hand, and we'll get it finished. Haley Free with the offensive rebound. Bailey Frazier wide open from the top. And then we'll get a go. Morgan Stamper with another offensive rebound. She finishes this time. Gives Stamper 9 points.
Wonder if Morgan will say something to Haley Free, because she could have got that first rebound too, and Haley got it from her. But
it's just amazing as you see Stamper walking around campus. You average almost 11 rebounds per ball game. Green Tucker gets a bucket. Haley Free with a block. Bears leading this one 64-40.
There's another rebound, by the way, for Morgan Stamper.
Free's got the basketball over to Allie Stone. Stone on a screen from Free. Right-handed floater's up, no good. Rebound down to the Bulldogs. Swing it over to Smoot. She got the basketball off her foot. Morgan Stamper on the floor. With a jump ball.
Going to stay with Wilberforce here. Morgan Stamper reminds me a lot of Sheboy. You ever notice sometimes when Sheboy goes to a rebound, if there's one of his teammates there, he grabs it and looks at him like,
no.
Boy, this is my role here.
This is my calling card. Got Abby Atkins check back in the ball game for Haley Free.
Like to see her getting back and getting more playing time. Haley Free, that graduate student presence on the floor.
So Smoot with a triggered inbound for the Bulldogs in the baseline. Willis got the basketball. Pump fake. Over to Smoot. I think Green Tucker's got the basketball. Give it to her and watch out. Spin move. Shots up and can't get it to go. Morgan Stamper unable to corral that one, but Sierra Feltner's got it. Stone as Green Tucker's going to pick up a long way from the basket.
She plays hard, Gary. I don't care what, yes, we're down 24. I don't care. I'm still going to play.
Frazier got the basketball. Try to get to the bucket. Get all the way to the baseline. Shots up. Rattles run comes off. Morgan Stamper with another rebound. Tries to find a teammate. She does to Sierra Feltner.
Morgan's like, y'all just keep throwing them up there. I'll take care of this down in here. They don't go in. Don't worry about it.
Pack and Woodall will return for the Bulldogs. 8:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bears leading this one by 24. We get into Stone. Under 10 on the shot clock. Feltner got all the way to the bucket and will finish. Morgan Stamper with another offensive rebound. And we got a scoreboard where we can see it now, Rick.
We do, and that's 4 rebounds she's got. We played 2 minutes and 9 seconds here in this quarter. She's got 4 boards already.
That's
and
going to
had one on her fingertips down here that she let get to Feltner.
Duke's got her team's first from fourth period to play. Stamper will go to the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 in the afternoon.
Her first quarter shots, I believe.
Gets her double figures, and she's got that 9 rebound. That's her average, 10 points and 10 rebounds.
I think Alec may need to stand down there and whatever he's holding.
Just don't move.
Yeah.
Stamper makes them both. Give her 11. And the lead is 66-40. A lot of contact. A good no call, I believe. It's a good defensive position. The ball goes out of bounds, but the Bulldogs will keep possession. Ross will check back in for the Bulldogs.
We just got a text up here. By the way, scoreboard's working again.
Scoreboard's working again.
Okay.
Just in case you guys didn't know, the scoreboard's working.
That thing with the lights on down there. Tell them what the score is. It's back. We appreciate it, though. I really do.
I guess, that's the role of over-communication. It's better than no communication.
That's right, exactly. I was going to say, that's the third text we've got about it since we had the situation at halftime. So they are keeping us informed up here. That's a good thing. I guess they're used to the boss being up here, too. So
that's a good point. Gets in the corner. Woodall's got the basketball being guarded by Frazier. 15 on the shot clock. Step back jumper, rattles around, goes out, comes out. Pack with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Working at Stanford. Nice job from Pack, and she scores it.
Nothing wrong with that at all, Gary. hey, look, the other team makes good plays sometimes too. That's all right.
Give her 4. It's now 66-42. Feltner over to Atkins. Over to Feltner. Into Stone. Got the basketball in the corner to Frazier. Frazier will swing it back out. Got closing on 10 on the shot clock. Stone gets all the way to the bucket, tries to finish, unable to do so. Morgan Stamper give her a double-double this time. She'll try to finish, unable to do so. Woodall coming off a rebound for the Bulldogs. That's number 12. That's Rice who will finish at the bucket 66-44 and give Rice 4 on the afternoon.
I think Rice considered spinning away from the bucket there and realized that she was one step away from getting a wide open layup.
Atkins swing it over to Feltner. Feltner looks on the inside. That's going to be a turnover. The scoreboard goes off. Alec must let go of the cable.
He did. He's still got a hold of it over there.
Rice got the basketball. Picks it up, get over to Pack. Being guarded by Stone. Shots up, rattles around, comes out. Another rebound to Morgan Stamper. I think Green Tucker has checked out of the ball game, Rick.
And for a well-deserved break.
Well-deserved break. Stone's with the basketball. Feltner back over to Stone. 15 on the shot clock. Stamper at the free throw line. Nice pass. Bailey Frazier finishes left hand. Give Frazier 7.
Turn. Got a wide open teammate. Get her the ball. So 24-point lead now.
Rice got the basketball here for the Bulldogs. Nice job of Stone working over that screen. Pack working against Stamper. Tries to finish, unable to do so. Nice job, Bailey Frazier coming to help.
And in the defense of Wilberforce's player there, that probably should have been a foul. That was Pack.
It has a lot of contact.
There. Then we're going to get Free back in, Gary, along with Sheridan Robbins.
That foul was on Pack, her 4th, team second here in the 4th period of play.
So Morgan Stamper is leaving. 11 points, 12 boards. Probably the last time we'll see her in this game, Gary. She had, 5 or 6 rebounds when the quarter started? She finished with 12.
And she didn't play the second period today.
Exactly. She's a machine on there, I'm telling you.
Frees at the basketball, swings over to Robbins, shots up. She stepped backwards as well, steps on the sidelines. There's not a lot of room on that side, and so I know sometimes players want to step back to try to get that momentum going back towards the bucket.
And I've said, I used to say this, I mean, Kelly, I think, was the one who said to me one time, when they stretched the three-point arc, it got the arc closer to the out-of-bounds line, and that's one of the reasons there's so many people stepping out of bounds.
Rice working against Free. Bailey Birchfield check in for the Bears, next dead ball.
And they were getting that ball right now. 5:03 to play. Bailey Birchfield checking in. She is a junior from Pike Central. And let me tell you, that young lady right there is a star on our campus.
She does a little bit of everything on campus. She's a part of the automatic admission program to our optometry school as well. And of course, her mom and dad graduated from the University of Pikeville. Both of them athletes here as well. Birchfield shots up.
Might have got a hand on that one. She spent a lot of time with you guys this summer too, didn't she?
She was part of our. Let's keep it right here. Let's go over some stats and stuff, and I'm going to give Rick and I a chance to tell little stories here too. So Bailey, she was one of our growl leaders. So it's orientations where new students coming to campus, whether it be a transfer student or a freshman coming in. They have an opportunity to get everything done so when they come to campus in the fall, the thing they'll do is worry about class. And Bailey is one of those student leaders for us, making sure that the parents knew where to go to and the students where to go to as well.
Take people on tours, take them all around campus, show them maybe a residence hall if they want to see that. A lot of things they do. It's a great thing that you guys do here, Gary. And I know that was something you kind of inherited and kind of built on. I love that we do those sorts of things for our students. And let me make this clear, not doing that for our student athletes.
True, students.
For any incoming student, we're doing that for.
You know, the point of athletics at the University of Pikeville and probably most small schools, the only thing I know is UPIKE though, is the point of athletics is not like the big TV deals that you see with UK and Alabama and that sort of thing. It is to boost enrollment and boost graduation more importantly.
Absolutely. Because
studies show if you're involved in a club or activity, the likelihood of you graduating goes up dramatically.
And if you're enrolled if you're in a sport or activity, a club on campus, as a freshman, you are way more likely to turn that freshman into a sophomore.
And then that sophomore turns to junior.
Yes.
Junior to senior. Then they have that piece of the paper. It's called a diploma. Then they have it. Then their education becomes an investment versus an expense.
Exactly.
As well too. Bears leading this one 68-44. 4:45 to go in the fourth period of play. Rice got the basketball. Gets to the bucket. Stops. Pops. Unable to get it to go. Felton's got the basketball. Felton swing over to Atkins. Atkins got the basketball. It gets to the free throw line. Look for Birchfield. Birchfield puts down a couple of dribbles. Swings back over to Robbins. Back over to Free. 15 on the shot clock. So he's got the basketball. Robbins shots up. Good. Sheridan Robbins.
Nice looking shot.
It's her first bucket of the afternoon. She's got two. Woodall missed a shot.
Feltner on the foul. Robbins, young lady we were talking about in the first half, Gary, sophomore from Orleans, Indiana.
There's the second on Robbins. You talked about the first on the team in the fourth period of play. Green Tucker will check back in for the Bulldogs.
So let me ask you a question, Gary. We got a big lead here. We can talk a little bit.
Yes.
In your estimation, let me ask you the reverse question. How many Kentucky high schools do you think you have not been in?
Well, definitely like far west Kentucky. Don't go there, but our recruiting region, there are not many that we have. Somebody, at least from our admissions office, has not stepped foot in. Had an opportunity yesterday. I was in 3 yesterday. I think as an office was in 9 high schools yesterday as an entire office. And right now it's Bears leading this one 70-46. Birchfield shots up, rattles around, comes out. But right now they're different seasons. First part of the year, it's application season where you're getting students to enroll, to apply for colleges, which is important because it gets into a communication flow where colleges can start seeing information about what you're looking for. And then you get into the financial aid season, which we're in right now. We feel like the FAFSA, we go out and have one of those one-on-one consultations with students as we're all banks it in.
That's an odd place to bank the shot in, and coaches wanting timeout just to get a couple of subs in here.
But to finish this thought real quick, so what we're doing right now, Rick, is once students fill out the FAFSA, we're going out and having individual one-on-one consultations with students to make sure they understand their scholarships they have from the University of Pikeville. And it's not so much we would love for them to be Bears. It's not so much just for them to be Bears. It's just to help them understand maybe what other colleges will be sending them as well, too.
Exactly. Because maybe they don't do that. They don't extend to that point as we do here.
Atkins being guarded by Rice. Bears up to 70-48. As Julia Parker checked in for the Bears as well. Atkins loses the basketball, but Smoot's got it for the Bulldogs.
And this time I know I'm right. Willa Davis has checked in.
Willa Davis. I know Coach Williams is extremely high on her out of the Cincinnati area as well. Birchfield guarding Green Tucker. She gets to the bucket, tries to finish. Willa Davis will alter the shot, but she's going to be called for the hack.
Willa Davis from West Claremont, High School. And I don't know exactly where that is, but I've been to Claremont. We played basketball up there a few years ago. Joe Kinser and I went up and did that game on the radio. And I saw on my time hop the other day that Joe had a tweet thanking the people up there, especially the nice lady who ran the shot clock who shared her fudge with us. Let me tell you, you want to make a couple of big boys happy? Share your fudge. Oh, man.
So Green's up to 22 points on the afternoon, 12 of 16 from the free throw line. I think Davis is going to be called
for another foul.
Her second. So it's team's third, so the Green Tucker will inbound the basketball from the baseline. I know Coach Williams is talking about Willa just getting used to the physicality of the college game, and definitely very impressed with her improvement so far as she challenged that basketball there.
Stepped out of bounds.
But again, you just saw there, I mean, just a prime example of Willa challenging the shot, verticality, but then going after that basketball as well.
They're still pressing here, Gary. They're down 21 points with 2:47 to play. They're being them, you know. They're playing here.
Atkins bringing the basketball to the floor for the Bears, working off a Willa Davis screen. Atkins looking for Parker. No, we're going looking for Feltner now. Got 13 on the shot clock. Feltner's got the basketball. Been guarded by Smoot. 9 on the shot clock. Fadeaway jumper. Rattles around, comes out. Rebound down to the Bulldogs.
That looked good from here, I'll tell you that much.
Green Tucker being guarded by Atkins. Nice job of Parker on the defensive end. Smoot's got the basketball. Tries to finish with right hand. Unable to do so. Julia Parker with the defensive rebound. Tell you what, Julia can shoot that basketball too if they let her get her feet set.
2 minutes to play here.
Right on the averages too, Rick. The Bears come in averaging 70 a game, and then Bulldogs averaging 52 a game. Finish that basketball, Willa.
Nice.
Smoot's going to be called for the foul.
Davis will be at the free throw line. So let me tell you a little story about your usual radio partner up here. We talk about the physicality of the game. His first year at the school, we kept telling him when league play starts, man, it is brutal. It's just unbelievable. He's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Well, it was the first week you had the option. You're playing one game. You had the option. Do you play on Thursday or you play on Saturday? And we were playing West Virginia Tech. Bob Williams was in his first year at Tech. We were both playing on Saturday. So Kelly went to watch, and I don't blame him. I would have gone too if I could have. Campbellsville, Georgetown playing that.
Okay.
He came back and sat down on my couch the next day, and he said, "You guys," he said, "that was brutal." We said, "Buddy, we've been trying to tell you all along." He said, "I'll tell you right now, practice today will be different than it was awesome," and that's what they did. And we went up to Tech and just kind of beat on them, and there was no calls, and Bob was going nuts over there. Bob's a great friend of ours, and we won that game over there, and it was because Kelly experienced what we see every day before he had to play a game in it.
So Willow Davis split her free throws. Rice makes a bucket, 71-51. Definitely this league is known for physicality.
We got a member of our maintenance crew, facilities crew down there to maybe help us out between games on that clock.
Well, things will get done now.
I hope so.
Shots missed by Feltner. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Scotty.
Yeah.
Rice gets to the bucket. Willen doesn't. Again, nice job contesting without fouling. Shots up, rattles around, comes out. Pack's got it. Shots up, it's blocked. That's Woodall who have finished 71-53.
Guy like Scotty, we see him walking around campus and all that. You never hear anybody complain about Scotty, I'll tell you right now.
No, you don't.
So that tells you right there he's doing his job.
He's doing his job. When he gets in, if he's on the project, it's going to get done. Feltner working off a Davis screen. She'll try to finish with right hand, unable to do so. Green Tucker get to the bucket. She'll finish. She'll have 24.
And the Bears don't have to shoot again if they just run the clock out.
Again, down 16 under a minute. They're still pressing. That's BU. That's what you talked about.
You play the way you play. Remember the time that Kentucky went out in Patino's first year and got beat 150-95
at Kansas.
And Coach Williams said, "Coach, are you going to stop pressing?" He said, "No, that's what I'm doing." And it was embarrassing that day, but we won a couple years later. We're in Final Four.
Because he wanted those players to play, let's say, from tip to the final whistle, and the Bears will win this one. So move to 7-4 on the season. 5-3 in the conference. Wilberforce moved to 2-9, 0-7 in conference.